All right, y'all, we're just gonna dive right into it, man. I got some things to go over that we are going to have some very, very salty fanboys. I'm talking about like it's about to go down in these gaming streets. So let's dive right into it, man. First of all, I'm hearing crazy things like I think a Plague Tale Requiem, it's not even running at a solid 30 FPS. It's only hitting like 23. Now this is crazy what's going down. This is what people are saying, man. People are saying that the fanboys are salty and mad at the developers of Gotham Knights. That's only running at 30 FPS. So pretty much the PS5 fanboys are upset about that. Then on top of that, oh boy, back to old lying Jim Ryan. Man, this man just don't stop, right? They're still trying to block the Call of Duty Activision Blizzard deal over there in UK. Another thing came out, right? That Sony is stooped as low as pretty much blocking sites, right? Like blackballing and pretty much trying to threaten them and tell them things like, we're gonna block your site if you give us a bad score, a bad Metacritic score. Now, if y'all don't see that these Decepticons are the most greediest, grimiest, shady company in the gaming industry, and then there's just no making you see it. You just can't see it, bro. You just want to be blinded. And we all know you are a pony or a fanboy, because there's no way that you can't make this stuff up. Like, they are saying that basically the fanboys are mad at the developers for not basically making the frame rate better on PS5 because they're hooked on a plastic box. They have dedicated their life to Sony, PlayStation, PS5, and they don't care about nothing else. They just wish Nintendo, PC, Xbox, cloud gaming just go away. They only want PS5. That's it. Their whole life is dedicated to a plastic box. They don't mind paying $80. They don't mind paying $70. They don't mind paying overcharge fees. They don't mind paying $200-$300 for a pro controller. They don't mind that they don't want to give us a showcase because they are fanboys. They are blinded to the AAA bangers. And I've been telling y'all guys this since day one. You have to watch out for Sony because they don't feel like they can do anything wrong. See, when you are a market leader, nobody really can tell you nothing because you feel like you're at the top. So you're still going to have half of the fanboys are going to try to protect them. Then the other half of the gaming community is like, no, we're not going to deal with that. But Sony only wants to hear the words, yes, we can do this. Yes, we can charge more. Yes, we can keep doing remakes and remasters, and the gaming industry is going to accept it. They're going to accept it. You ain't about to change Sony mind. Like, what are you gonna do? At this point, they are way too stuck in their ways. Like, you can only say, hey, Sony, you need to chill out, bro. Y'all Decepticons over there at Sony's front office are acting out. Y'all really need to calm it down. Like, because we got so many people out here, man, are diehard fans of PlayStation. But they don't rock with Sony either if you really think about it. They are casual gamers like the gaming industry and the fans of PlayStation. But they don't support nothing else that Sony do. You know, that's what I'm saying. The diehards, they support everything that Jim Ryan does, everything that the CEOs of Sony do. They support all their movies, their tech, their phones, laptops, TVs, What else? They got cameras. Everything else Sony does. But then you only have certain fans that they only like to play exclusive games. So they only like their first party AAA bangers, and that's the only reason why they own a PS5. I'm just being real. I done heard them say it over and over, bro. So I ain't making this stuff up. I even have some people done came out and said some people came out and said the only reason why I have a PS5 is to play the AAA bangers like God of War and Spider-Man 2. If those two games, if they just stop making those two games, bro, it's pretty much over. They ain't rocking with PlayStation like that. And once come 2023, man, bro, listen. Come next year, those AAA bangers start dropping day one in the Game Pass. Sony is going to have a panic attack because they already know. You think it's bad now. Once that Call of Duty Activision Blizzard deal closes, once they can get past all this nonsense, mix me with all this nonsense. Since Jim Ryan think he is so strong and independent, those Decepticons over there don't care about you. They don't care about me. The only thing they care about is money. Greedy. That's the only thing they're thinking about. How can I pretty much steal from my own fan base and make more money on remakes, and then we're going to recycle that game, send it to PC, double dip, and make even more money off of a game that's been recycled, like The Last of Us. How many times we gonna go through this game, man? Come on now. How many times you gonna remake a classic game? Like, we don't need no more of that. We need to move forward. And if you do, bring back stuff like Dead Space, stuff that was on PS3 and 360 era, PS2, PS1. Bring back some Nintendo 64 games. You know, PS1 games, Sega Saturn. You know, Virtual Fighters. Like, bring back stuff that we would want to see remastered. Soul Caliburs and all that stuff like that. Bring back those games. Bring back some classic hits. Mortal Kombat 4. Remake stuff like that. Like stuff we were like, oh man, this is dope. I can see us moving in a direction like that. Because if we're gonna go remakes, this is gonna be that remake station. At least make it worth it. At least bring out some more Dead Space games like that. Like games we were like, oh okay, I'm high. I'm turned up to the tenor for that game. Now that game I can rock with. That feels like a remake. The Last of Us don't feel like a remake to me. Horizon Zero Dawn don't feel like a remake. You see what I'm saying? Like, being greedy is starting to catch up with them. It's starting to catch up with Sony, y'all. Like, and we're only going, the gaming community are only going to tolerate so much more of this. I can see the tension building up between the gamers and the company, and they're like, okay, PS5 is a premium console. Okay, cool, we get it. We get you jack the price up in every country across the globe except the US. So off rip, that made the US look like the bad guy. You know, because they feel like, okay, what's going on? Why didn't you guys jack the price up there? You know, and you know, you hear all the fanboys talking about, oh, I see all the fake rage and uproar. I mean, I can't call it fake rage if you're like a gamer like me, if you're a content creator like me, and you actually care about the gaming industry and care about the gaming community, and you're trying to bring value to the gamer like me. I can't say that's fake rage because I have to stand up for the people. I have to deliver the message. Like I said before, I'm the middleman. I'm just the messenger. So you can't really get mad at me because I'm delivering. This is news that's coming out, that's dropping every day. You can even go find this on other people's channels. This ain't just here. This ain't me just making this stuff up. This is what's really going down in these gaming streets. I'm not just making this stuff up. Sony is really corrupted over there. These ponies are really brainwashed. This is serious, man. They're having nervous breakdowns because they think Call of Duty is going to leave the PS5 platform in 2 to 3 years. Some people have built their channels off of Call of Duty. Once Call of Duty, if it becomes exclusive to Xbox, PC, cloud gaming, they're going to have to leave Sony. You know, whether it's going to be the next 3 Call of Duties, or they're going to finish this generation out, and then the new Xbox, you know, Xbox Series X Pro, whatever they come out with, S and X Pro, whatever they're going to call it, you know, or are we just going to go all out Game Pass? And then you have to buy everything digital. We don't even know. We can't even really see that far out. Like I can't really see that far out, but we can kind of see that we are really looking to go for more cloud gaming, and Sony is falling behind because they're doing everything they can to have a paywall and lock you into a plastic box. Like they don't want to get outside of making copies of games and bringing out, you know, digital copies. They like to monitor all of their chips. They want to monitor all of their money. Like they want to know where their money is going. Like Xbox just kind of want to make it rain. You know, they don't care about money like that. So, but Sony cares about every last penny. Every last penny, man. And it may have been working for a long period of time. Don't get me wrong. What the strategy that they're using is old school way of mentality of thinking. It probably ain't gonna live out past this generation. It may work. This may be the last generation that Sony can act like this. The next generation, once Xbox have all their ducks in a row, all those 30 to 50 to 100 studios that Xbox is gonna be owning. I can't even keep count. I don't even know how many studios. They got so many studios making games for Xbox and Game Pass, not only including that, bro. They have cracked into the Japanese market. They are buying up studios in Japan. They pulled up to Sony hood, making it rain, spending billions. You think Lion Jim Ryan appreciates that? I don't think he like it, y'all. That's when Pony is just out of control. He needs help. He needs to step down and let someone take over PlayStation platform, because obviously he don't know what he's doing. He don't know how to run. He can't handle the pressure. Like, what is that quote? If you can't stand the heat in the kitchen, get out. Get out. If you cannot stand the heat that's in the kitchen, get out. Why are you still in the kitchen and you can't cook? Are you gonna want that nasty food? Someone cooking nasty food and you just sitting there trying to eat it and you're like, ugh. Oh, who gave you this recipe? It's nasty. Whatever Jim Ryan is in the kitchen cooking is nasty. It ain't. It's just nasty, bro. We need a new restaurant. Oh no. We gotta order takeout. Where's Uber Eats? It ain't working for him. Whatever he got going on, whatever he's trying to manipulate and tell the people and feed to the fan base, you're giving us everything. Now you're holding back showcases. What are you doing? Like, you talking about you want to be for the gamers, you want to protect the gamers. How are you protecting us? How are you protecting people that like and love and got love for PS5 and PS4 Pro? How are you protecting them? You want to do cross-gen on certain games, but then you don't want to do cross-gen on other games. Like, you're picking and choosing what you want to do cross-gen on. You want to do cross-gen on God of War, but if Forspoken come out, you don't want to do cross-gen on Forspoken. You don't want to do cross-gen on Gotham Knights. You want to pick and choose where you want to lock people down to this plastic box on, and it's getting confusing to the fan base, because the fan base is like, well, wait a minute, how are you gonna say a couple games you don't want to bring the PS4 Pro, and we already know if it's running at 30, we know it's on old hardware. I'm not believing everything that these developers and studios are telling us, because there's no way it can be truly next gen ray tracing, 60 FPS, 120 FPS, 4K 60. There's no way you're running on the top tier engines. There's no way. These are last gen games that you're trying to upscale to next gen, but you're trying to basically hype them up to make it seem like, oh, it's gonna run, it's gonna cap out at 30, but you're still gonna get 4K. You're still gonna be at 4K 30 or 1440p. And everybody's scratching their head like, wait a minute. Are you guys bringing back last gen games but upscaling them to next gen games? Like, something's not adding up. Like, y'all can see this is not adding up. I know the real gamers, the hardcore gamers out there are complaining. We all know PC is the best place to play, the best box, the best tech, the best graphic cards, chips, the frame rate. Everything is the best place to play on PC. But if you want another option, you can go with console. It's easier, it's easier for most people, or even the Steam Deck. If you can't get a PS5, I highly recommend the Steam Deck. Yes, because you can play PlayStation Plus Premium on there and jump into the PlayStation ecosystem without having to pay all these extra, paywalls that come with trying to get a PS5. The headache. They don't even have enough PS5s in stock for the gaming community to even go out and buy. Forbid we're thinking about the holidays. You think you're gonna be able to get your hands? You really think you're gonna be able to get your hands on a PS5 during the holidays or Xbox Series X? You think these scalpers ain't about to have a field day like a kid in the candy store? So things like that I'll be thinking about. Still going through this little chip shortage or whatever, and they're talking about they're gonna push out 30 million. They're gonna push out 30 million PS5s come next year. The scalpers are gonna scalp half of those. So what? Maybe like 20 may actually end up in a real household, So they may actually end up in a household, at least 20, So I mean, I don't know what to think about going forward with Sony. I don't know the direction that Jim Ryan wants to go in. They're still lying to the fan base, telling them that they're going to bring us value. We ain't really seeing it. Only thing we're seeing is everything's marked up. They're price hiking everything. And it's going to be a big deal. Anything Sony announced, yes, it's a premium console, but it's going to come with a premium price tag. Anything that they announce, you guys are going to have to dig deep into your pockets. I'm just being real. And I know a lot of y'all guys like, man, I just want gaming to be simple. Can we please go back to the simple days? And I know you guys just want to go back to the simple days of gaming. You don't want the headache. You don't want every time you turn around, you got to spend an extra $100 to $200 to purchase something on a PS5. You got to jump through loops and hoops to get a PS5. You got to miss out on showcases. You got to miss out on E3s and state of plays and other Sony showcases, and then they're going to try to Jim Ryan, boy, you little slick little devil, you're going to hear us complaining, right? Because Sony got all of their little scouts, right? You're going to hear all of the content creators, everybody on Twitter going crazy, and they're complaining about why we ain't got no showcase, why we ain't got no God of War, why we don't have no God of War Ragnarok gameplay. And now you're gonna announce a Resident Evil showcase, and you're gonna put it on every last single PlayStation page in history that they ever made to shut us up, to make it seem like Sony is like a little kid. They love to play these little mind games, bro. Like, what are they doing up there at Sony's front office? Jim Ryan is the worst leader in history I ever seen in gaming. I never seen it this bad before, man. But they want to play these little sick little mind games. Those Decepticons, are going to actually bring out a Resident Evil, that is going the opposite direction that we asked for. You want us to be turned up for Resident Evil after we're focusing on our focus. 99.9% of the people's mind are focused on God of War Ragnarok, and you're going to throw a curveball and say, oh, don't forget about Resident Evil. What do you, man, listen, bro, I'm done. I am done with Jim Wright. I can't with him no more, man. I'm done with him. I am so done with this man. Like, bro, Sony, if you don't get him out of there, he's just gonna make PlayStation crash and burn, come tumbling down the mountain like Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty, man. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way, man. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Sony? You got this man over there crying, lying, giving us false hope. Like, wait, what are we doing here, man? But I'm gonna leave it right there, man. That was my rant for now, man. But we're gonna jump into another topic later, man. So make sure you smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you guys can be notified on all of the new latest and greatest news in these gaming streets. And if you like to jump into the Xbox ecosystem, Game Pass, that is, click the link down in the description, or you can even jump into the PlayStation ecosystem with PlayStation Plus Premium. Click the link below, or if you would like to rent games from Gamefly, click the link below. Thank you. Peace.